tonight. I got a feeling that the cards just ain't right. I'm so salty, must not give in to rage. And I'm wondering what those rollers will say. Scarves to the left of me, cheers to the right. Here I am, gonna roll a derby tonight. Gonna roll a derby tonight. Gonna roll a derby tonight.
And welcome back to the Hidden City Rollers. Today we have Butters. What's going on, Butters?
Lots of work, and my heart is breaking from all the work I've had to do, which means I haven't been able to do cards. But other than that, I'm good. Came back off an event on the weekend, which was super good, even though I got punched in the cards. It was still fun. It's always good to have a few good games in a nice competitive environment.
Games are good.
Yep, just see exactly how bad my jank is. So.
Also joining us on today's cast, we have a member of the Australian World Cup team, Jack. I don't know if you got a nickname, Jack. Do you have a nickname?
Jack. No, like it's Mini online probably, but Jack's fine.
Mini in the house on Discord.
You can leave it. You can go with Mini. It's probably fair.
Mini Jack.
Yeah. All right. Yep. And I am your host, Merlin. So, yeah, playing a bit of games. I think I've played more games over the past weekend than I have any weekend since
Christmas. Yeah. Is that after a conversation last week? You get all your reps in?
Yes, it's 100% after the conversation last week. Yeah. I just decided that I suck too much, and I just needed to get some reps in. But you know what I've been doing, actually, is I've been going through all sorts of weird, crazy jank. Like, I played that Exploding Unicorns deck we talked about a little while ago.
Oh, yeah, the Honor one, yep.
Yeah. You ever played the Honor Unicorn deck, Jack?
I have not. I've had it played against me, and it did beat me on the third turn of the game when I was playing Lion. I think I got myself. I think I was at 22 or 23 honor when his characters left play, but I could he just went straight up to 27 or something like that, and
that's right.
It's a bit ridiculous.
It is actually incredible, right? If you can survive just for a little bit, you get these set pieces, and that Shiro Shinjo generates you so much honor, so much fate on turn 3 because you need it, obviously. But yeah, it's incredible the amount of honor you can just get in exactly one turn.
So is it consistent? Is it replicable, or do the stars kind of have to align for it to come off?
It's a bit aligning. You could probably fairly consistently get a turn, a few turns in where you could get 8 or so honor. 8 to 9 honor at the end of the turn, but to get all the way to 25 would take a bit more than that. Especially if they ever let go to just hit your Force of the River or something, it's dead straight away.
Yeah. Okay.
Although Cav Reserves is quite good as a pseudo Force of the River, because it's got all the really cheap Dynasty characters, right? So you can just buy
the 0 coster.
Yeah, you just bring out 6 1 costers and the 3 0 costers. Yeah.
3 maidens. Yeah.
Bloody maidens.
Yeah, I had a bit of fun with that. I've also just been trying a whole bunch of different Phoenix decks, right? So I'm down to a couple of candidates. So I think Lion Splash and Dragon Splash are kind of the 2 contenders, and I'm just testing them out now. I played my Discord League game right before this, and I don't know what was going on. My opponent was playing really, really well, and I was playing like shit.
Yeah. That's how I felt in my World Cup game. That's how I felt the whole time. It was not good.
So demoralizing. So I lost to Aaron over here in WA with me and Jack as well. He last week we played our round 3, and he stomped me with his Seeker of Water Unicorn. And I thought, that's just terrible. It hurt me, and I made some silly mistakes, which you do, and that cost me the game. And he didn't. He just ran straight over me. But then we had a competitive event. So we had an event on Saturday in a store here down south where he played the Seeker of Water Unicorn, right? So I had all the bad experiences in there, dealing with Chagatai and everything else, and he came out on top just. It was a really good game. Anyway, so he beat me there, and I thought, all right, no worries. And then it was the same kind of 2 decks, and we played in the Oz Discord League the following day on Sunday, and I spent the whole game, I'd scouted 3 different provinces, and I went, all right, that 4th one is that bloody Endless Plains or whatever it is, the unicorn run that blows up and destroys your guy.
Yeah.
So I spent the whole game avoiding that. And then right at the end, because he's triggered like Rally to the Cause and Khan's Ordu, because I'm running Scorpion. It just broke my heart consistently.
Yep.
And destroyed me. But anyway, then right at the end, as his Chagatai runs right over my stronghold, I realise he's running Keeper of Water, not Seeker. And because he's flipped Rally, he can't be running that fucking province. So it was that or Upholding Authority. And because that one's already flipped, so I can't hit Upholding because I had like 3 ready for battle in my hand. But broke my heart. When you just don't pay attention, it crushes you. Silly mistakes.
Like that. Did you play your Discord League game this week, Jack?
Yeah, I did. I played. I don't remember his name. It's the dragon who hasn't lost yet either. Like the dragon is 3-0 now. It's. I'm trying to remember that game. I'm getting confused between my World Cup game and that game. As far as I can remember, I've only just hopped back on Crab. Like I'm playing Lion. What am I talking about? I play Lion in the Oz Discord League. I'm playing Lion, and
You're like the only Lion, I think, actually, aren't you?
Yeah, this season I'm the only Lion.
Yeah.
But there's only one Crab too. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know why. It's just half Crane and Scorpion. But it was just going overly aggressive early, and then getting 3. They drew all 3 against the waves, and had a massive Kudako who just ran over the top of me.
The dragon player did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the top dragon player's running Phoenix Splash.
Yeah,
monks.
With monks, with Against the Waves and Jurgen's Curse.
Right, okay.
And so, like, I'm pretty sure Brona, my partner Crane player who's playing it as well, lost to him the round before. Ran at Stronghold, it's Sacred Sanctuary, Jurgen's Curse on Mitsu who doesn't bow, and then their board just got wiped because he just stood there after the conflict anyway.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's Daniel Spivak. He's one of the Melbourne guys.
Okay, yeah.
Probably one of the few Melbourne guys left.
Yeah.
I think I can count on one hand the number of people from Melbourne in the league this season.
Yeah, they'll be back. I want them back.
Yeah, right.
Eventually.
We'll go over and just like pin them to a card store or something. Strong arm the lot of them.
Yeah, I'm going back over there in August, so find some of them and see what they're doing.
Damn right.
There seems to be an influx of Perth players at the moment in the Oz League at the moment.
Does.
Yeah, we got.
I feel like Perth and Queensland are like the 2 strongholds of L5R.
Ooh, we struggled in the beginning. Like it was quite quiet, and then we've routinely, I think, gained like a person every month or 2 at least. And then now and then someone drops off, but that those additional people keep sort of filtering in, and eventually you get a pretty solid, consistent turnout. It's quite good. Like we just got what was the guy's name we just had on the weekend? David. It was David. Yeah.
Yeah, it was David.
Yeah, so he was a good bloke, and he's I think an old L5 so it's about. I think just get your hooks into those old hats and bring them back in. But he was really, really good bloke. Had a good run. He chose to play Lion at the beginning, so he had a bad time. But
yeah. Oh, we fully let him know that he was gonna have a bad time.
yeah. We prepped him. We said, look, you can, that's fine, but just it's not a competitive deck at the moment. But yeah.
So Jack, how'd you get into the game?
Oh, honestly, must have been. When did I start playing? Like last October, November, maybe started playing. It was just I was looking for a game with my partner that just the 2 of us could play regularly at home because we'd played lots of board games. That's why I started. I played tons of board games, and we were just looking for something to play at home. And we saw Legend of the Five Rings. And I was pretty sure I'd heard of it before. It was I'd watched a video from, do you know Matt Colville?
Yeah.
He did a video. He's like a D&D guy slash like this YouTube guy who did a video about L5R, about like old L5R, about one of.
Is this the Thunders event?
He goes. That's him. He goes over all the Day of Thunders and stuff, and that just like obviously sounds awesome, like the most awesome thing you ever heard. And so I was like, Legend of Fire Rings, yeah, sure, 2-player card game. Let's have a go at that. So we just dove straight in, bought 3 core sets the first time we got it, and then just enjoyed it so much. We just bought the whole like Imperial cycle and started going to events probably last November.
Yeah.
That's sick, man. Yeah. Glad you're enjoying it.
We put trackers in all new core boxes in Perth so that we know where all the new potential starters are. So we hunt them down and drag them to events.
Pretty sure I saw some subliminal messaging going around trying to.
Yeah, that's right. No,
I have to get stuff delivered via Amazon.
Yeah, you mean like the company or like actual enormous ladies with giant muscles? Amazons bringing you cards. See what I did there?
Yep, I see what you did there.
You're welcome.
I'm shaking my head. My head is hung.
Can hear your beard slapping your microphone.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So Aussie Discord League. So a couple of episodes ago, we were talking about the league and talking about some of the stats. So we've actually just finished round 3. 3? Yeah, round 3 out of 5.
Yep.
So now, most of the league consists of Crane and Scorpion, we know that. So now, sort of more than halfway through, what do you think the most common win condition is? Conquest or Dishonor?
Got to be Conquest, but I feel like it's a trap.
It's definitely Conquest.
Yeah, okay.
But Dishonor is actually up at 40%. So it's not an insignificant number of Dishonor victories.
Yeah, that's a lot. Considering... There's a lot of Scorpions, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone else has pulled off a Dishonor win unless it's like a real, like you jag it, right? There's always the outliers, but I think Scorpion do
a crab does it, but there's only one crab. That's it. Yeah. I don't know who's pulling off all these Dishonor victories. People just bidding 5 rampantly.
No,
well, there's a lot of dueling going on.
Yeah, Miramoto's Daisho is a big part.
Yeah, I don't know whether is there any Dishonor dragons? Like, does anyone know of any Dishonor dragons in there?
I think all dragons are dishonorable. Is my particular take.
Yeah, well, but, that's agreeable.
But it's honestly surprised me. I thought the Daisho would be a really big part of like Dishonor and maybe even Honor victories popping up quite a bit. But I've been quite surprised at how many non-Daisho based Dishonor decks that are just Dishonor decks now are coming out. Like a Dishonor deck just won the Grand Kote, right? Was that not a thing?
Grand Kote.
I'm pretty sure
Birmingham.
Yeah, Seattle was won by a Dishonor Scorpion, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
wasn't a grand. But
okay.
I thought it was a grand. I thought they were both grand.
No, you're right. It is. Yeah. No, you're right.
And
my bad.
I think
it is.
Yeah, to see it, and that was a slightly different Dishonor deck too. I don't think it was. I don't remember why I thought that, but it wasn't like the the standard ones. Like Edwin.
Too hard to find a list.
Yeah.
Here we go. Imperial Advisor.
Yeah, I just googled that.
They are the go-to.
Man, never leave home without Imperial Advisor.
But yeah, what were you saying about Edwin?
Oh, well, Edwin's got like a good example of a Dishonor Scorpion deck, but from memory, the one that just won that Grand Kote is like a different breed of Dishonor Scorpion.
It's a Fate Western Death deck to start with.
So
and then it's Crane Splash for Soulbone Approach, Voice of Honor, Noble Sacrifice, and a Gossip.
Yeah, because Edwin really doubles down on his Dishonor. Like it's all display of power to capitalize on.
To stop you getting any airings and stuff. Yeah, because if you try and run airing against it, it just doesn't defend and takes it off of you. Like, you can't win. So...
no victory.
You find games like nobody runs airing. Like, the airing just sits in the middle of the table and you're both sitting at 3 honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Palumbo won Atlanta with Feeding Splash, didn't he? So this Seattle victory was Crane Splash. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean, Crane aren't real conducive to Dishonor, but...
No, but 2 more cancels.
It's more about control, I think.
Yeah.
It's very much about the control.
Yeah, the Gossip and Voice of Honor, 2 very big control cards.
Oh, and Does he have any bridges? So
Yeah, one. So he
Noble?
can soul. He has Soulbound Approach, and he has
And Noble.
a Mark of Shame. So
Yeah.
a 3 Mark of Shame. So
if you've got that deck there, does he run Dairu as well?
no.
Okay.
No.
Because I can see him being really good for just snatching.
He does
that
run
honor
10
and-
holdings. He runs 2 City of Lies,
Oh, that's interesting.
3 Favorable Ground, 3 Storehouse.
Oh yeah.
It is a tad expensive on the Dynasty side. So he's got Fate Worse Than Death, Calling in Favors, Mono Noire, SBR, and Mark of Shames.
See that deck's
And
actually-
two Kachiko.
Mark of Shames.
Ah,
Yeah,
I like it.
fun stuff. So yeah, Dishonor victories in the Australian Discord League, definitely a thing. So it's probably like Crane are getting all the Conquest victories and Scorpion are getting all the Dishonor victories. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Hey,
out of curiosity,
first
do-
or going second?
Do we have
Oh, sorry, go on.
any honor victories?
I wouldn't imagine.
I no, we do not.
Ah.
It is an option. It is an option.
I have no
but,
doubt it's always been an option.
Yeah, it's a win condition. You can say that much about
Yeah.
it.
It does exist.
No, I mean like on the reporting form, right? So
Oh yeah.
because it's so rare, I can see myself of just forgetting to put that as an option.
Yeah.
What you should do,
Yeah.
you should have like an extra expanded box. So you get honor victory, you click yes, and it goes really yes, no.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so first or second? Last time we asked this question, it was 50-50. So the people that won, do you reckon they went first or went second on turn one?
Winners go first.
Yeah, I say go first.
You got it. Winners go first.
Yeah.
60%.
Oh, that's
I think that's very interesting because I'm still in the go second camp.
Yeah.
Nah,
It depends.
Maybe that.
yeah,
maybe
it
that's
does
why
depend
I'm
on
so
your
cheap.
deck, but like from my perspective at least, the fate advantage balances itself out most of the time, but more often than not, if you're the first player, you are gonna have a better time against like HMT and stuff. Like they're not gonna all those rings mean they're not gonna get the fate the second time if they're not first, and it lets you control the rings that get taken as well. Like if you really want the water ring, you don't get that opportunity if you're second and your opponent decides it's theirs first. So
Yeah. Like I find if I'm playing Lion, I'm choosing first every time. If I'm playing Crab, depends on the matchup. That's what I like. Is what I choose generally.
crab don't even need conflicts, do they?
No, like
Don't they
Crab,
just-
it's because you you go second because you got Mountain Does Not Fall, but you can go first because you got Fight On. So it doesn't like you got
Mountain is-
options.
Yeah, Mountain is definitely better as a second player.
Yeah.
So much better.
That's-
Okay, so Splash, Dragon Splash is definitely the top splash.
Yeah.
What's the second from the top splash?
It's got to be unicorn, right?
Could be Lion.
Could be Lion, could be Unicorn.
Oh.
Final answer?
I'm going with unicorn.
I don't. What are the stats on what clans people are actually playing?
Let me have a look.
Look, that's the kind of due
Actually, we have to
diligence
go
that
to a
isn't
whole
welcome on
different-
this podcast.
No
We
way,
don't-
I can find it.
let's not
let's-
ask too many questions and get our facts straight. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it's probably Crane. Actually, I'm gonna say Crane.
It is Phoenix Splash. Phoenix Splash is at 20% in games overall so far.
That's-
Lion and Unicorn are tied for third. They're the third most common splash.
no splashing.
Crane is third last.
Scorpion at the bottom.
That's the next one after Lion and Unicorn being third last, isn't it?
Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Lion and Unicorn are tied for third. Phoenix is second, Dragon's first. So 5th is Crane.
Yeah.
I see.
And so no one's splashing Scorpion.
Well, one game was played with Scorpion Splash, and one game was played with Crab Splash.
Did they
According to
win?
this.
What's a low amount of crab
They-
splashing?
So yeah, sorry, these are only for winners, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
winners play Dragon Splash or Phoenix Splash, and then sometimes winners play Lion Splash and Unicorn Splash. Although I don't know, I don't know, like statistics, you know what they say, lies, damn lies, all that.
No, I don't know. I think there's obviously something to it. Particularly if you're just comparing the decks that are winning. But I think you'll find this Phoenix Splash is probably more likely a display of Power Splash.
Yeah,
Just like Dragon is actually let go, and then they're like, "Oh, I've got these extra points. I guess I should stick something else in there."
Yeah. The rings are mine!
Yeah, which is so it's let go in Ancient Master, right? For most decks, that's the thing.
So, Jack, I've already asked Butters whether he watches the World Cup. You're in the World Cup.
Yep.
Besides playing in the games, have you watched any of the games?
Yeah, I have. I've watched a few of the recordings because I felt like a couple of them got posted, and I felt the need to watch my own like afterwards, just to see like what people said about how badly I screwed my game up. But
Who was you? Who cast? Who was
oh, that was Mind's Desire, and who's he been doing it with? Action Johnny, I think, has been doing. They've been doing it together.
Okay.
Yeah. 90% of what they said, I'm like, yeah, that's fair enough. I screwed that up. But other than my own game, I watched the Unicorn vs Unicorn game. It was HMT versus.
Was that today?
Yeah, the new box.
Don't tell me who wins. I have yet to watch it.
Oh, it's a bloody good game. Like
I heard
that was insane. Like you cannot tell who's going to win that game. Like, you keep thinking someone's going to win the game, and then, like, oh, nah. That game was crazy.
Yeah, swingy games are the best.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that guy's
There was
done.
There was another game like that, wasn't there? I think it was like Unicorn versus. Oh no, it was what's his name? Aaron's game. Unicorn versus Crab.
Oh, yeah, where...
Yeah,
Aaron
he's got it, like, basically in the bag.
Could have played
And then
hand-to-hand.
the Crab player just... Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you see him, like when you see him, give him my condolences.
He doesn't deserve your condolences.
Nah, he beats us enough, man. Like, it's not fair.
That was a good match. Fair enough.
He could carpet his house and all the play mats he's won over here. It's bullshit. What do you do? What do you do?
Any other games to note? Did you want to talk about your game, or is it too soon?
I could talk about the couple like key things that happened in my game. Like one, like I was against a lion, right? So I was probably a bit careless. Like I've been playing mainly lion for the past like maybe month or two, like maybe 2 months now. I've been playing lion, and so that aggressive mindset is still too ingrained in because like I'm playing support of the unicorn lion, and it's just like just break as much shit as fast as possible. So I first turn played me as Satoshi and was first player, instantly attacked with him. Like broke one province, great, and then the lion just walked back and broke two with a Ikehara, honored Ikehara, dishonored Satoshi, like drew cards, and I was a mile behind up to first turn and just couldn't get stabilized. I didn't draw a spyglass. The one talisman I saw got me a mystic. Like it's just nothing came together. I was too aggressive early on, really.
Yeah, you overextended a bit.
Yeah, and like you wouldn't think Lion would punish you that hard, but like, yeah, it was done fairly quickly.
Was it HMT Lion or?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I get confused between games I play now. I think it was
to punish you that hard, it sounds like HMT. Like the extra conflict did fucking roll.
Well, actually, all right. So you said Ikehara was like kind of key, so he clearly bought that one first turn.
Yep.
How good is that card?
Oh, like I've played a lot of Lion,
right?
and I just like I could never get it to work, and then someone else plays it against me, and it just destroys me. I'm like, what's going on? What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, Ikehara feels like remember when it was first previewed? I think Bert was just like, when is Lion ever going to win a political conflict?
Unplayable.
And every time, unplayable trash, right? But then every time I square up against a Lion, I'm pretty sure the games I lose are the ones where Ikehara comes into play.
Yeah.
And he just coverts my guys, goes and wins political
Yeah.
conflict, honors some more guys, smashes some more provinces. The vicious cycle continues.
Yeah, like he just 2 fans get put on him. He gets himself honoured, and he runs you with 8 political covert to covert out your one good political guy.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to defend him sometimes.
I think he's just the sort of guy you leave to the side after you've done your 2 HMT militaries. Then you just got that random political at the end you can't do anything with. It's like, and your opponent's already bound a bunch of guys. They, if they got 2 guys, they're doing something wrong. So you just covert the last one, poke in. What do you draw cards and honour people? That's not terrible.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
it's just
He's not
value.
assassinatable.
It's a lot of value.
He does do a lot.
There's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said about having an extra conflict, which is not actually anything to do with like winning rings or breaking provinces or anything like that. You just have this extra conflict where your opponent's basically exhausted, right? So you're like, okay, well, I'll steal some honor, I'll get some ring effects. I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah, that one just left over at the end. I mean, Line have got some non-terrible courtiers. It's just they don't have enough of them.
They've got a great courtier. Like, its name is Ikoma Orator. Like, that's a fantastic card.
Fuck that card.
Oh, I thought
that card is the worst.
It's a fantastic card. Like, I refuse to admit that it's a bad card.
The Orator is the actual worst.
No, it's not. Like, my super aggressive deck will play 3 of them, and it will just for shame you. Like, you don't expect it from a line, and then you hit them with for shames, and then you win the game.
But every single courtier does that. Like, all of them.
But, like, it's...
Well, this one can go into political and military.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about it.
So can Lion's Pride Brawler, and you pay 1 extra fate.
Sure, but
it's got
anyway.
an amazing ability, and it's got a Bushi keyword as well.
It's got 3 political, like, generally. Like, Orator doesn't always have 3 political, but it always has 3 political. And in a line deck that just needs to threaten something with political, like, because playing Yojin no Shiro, you need to be able to threaten the political conflict. You can't just... You have to push really, really hard in that military conflict for them not to just defend with everything and stop you. So if you can threaten the political conflict with a Orator, especially if they can run on their own double 4 shame and break a province, like, it's just value out of a 2-cost card.
No.
Yeah.
Denied. No. If it costs 1, I can see the argument. But I am all for getting the most out of seemingly average cards, but I can't bring myself to do that guy. That fucking Orator is the worst. He's just... Okay. He's like the poster child for bad stats.
No. It's a 2-cost 2/3. How's that bad stats? That's good stats.
He's got no ability, and he is no good. I don't know what to say. He's just doesn't have anything.
What about Ikoma Prodigy? Is that a good card?
That's the one that gets you.
The 1-cost 0/2. That gives you an honor when you're playing.
It gives you a free honor point. It's fine. It also costs 1. There's a massive difference between costing 1 and costing 2. Like, if you
its ability makes you play a fate on it though, so it does cost 2.
If you want to automatically gain a fate, and then you've got a guy for 2 turns, so that's fine. But like, I don't know. I can't. I want more out of my guys. My 2-costers. I want something substantial. I want an ability that does something other than, for the turn, if you have higher honor, you get the stats that every other Scorpion 2-coster has. Like,
yeah, I still don't think that card is the poster child for bad stats, right? Like, War Dog Masters and Beast Masters and stuff, they're the ones that come to mind when I think about bad stats.
Well, I think he's in the same boat.
He's not in the same boat.
He's play. I mean, come on.
Kitsu, Warrior,
He's a 2/3.
Lion's Pride.
It's for 2. What?
No. Denied.
You know what I found?
I'm not having it. When he beats me, then I'll reconsider.
He will. I'm going to force shame you, man, like, just with that card.
Challenge accepted.
The deck that I play is like my off deck is a Lion Splash deck. It's the one with support of the Scorpion. And I found it really interesting that deck breaks off surprisingly little resources, right? I don't know how. I play it, but I have no idea how the fuck it works. You attack with like a guy, just anybody with 1 fate, and people go, well, nothing's going to happen here. You're right. They're all courtiers, so you can play four shames and things like that. And you have huge force pumps, right? Just one guy with like a legion of one will demolish a province.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legion's amazing.
Yeah. Like Orator with a Legion of 1 is really good.
Yeah.
He takes up that Lions Pride brawler slot, doesn't he? You turf the brawler.
It's a 2 cost.
No.
Okay. What? Okay. I
hanging
want to
up,
know
I'm out.
what does Lion play at 2 cost? Just what does Lion play at 2 cost?
Sorry?
Well, he'll say historian. Historian
For
Historian
a
is
courtier?
terrible.
No, the dash is a lot better these days than it used to be. And 3 glory is really good. And she just auto honors herself. Like,
Nah. That's a bad card. If you want bad stats on a card, you look at dashes.
dashes.
I don't know about that. With the jewels that are around, you can't jewel a dash. That's for sure.
That's it.
This is true.
Toshimoto can't tackle that.
I often like just playing Berserker and not like they can't policy debate you. Like I play against a policy debate Crane probably every second day of my life, and so it's nice not being able to be policy debated constantly.
Yep. Nah.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
There's definitely a rise of policy debates.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah. I'll say that. I say all that about dashes, but in both Games versus Unicorn recently, I've started early with 2 Beishi Layers and run head first into fucking Khan's Ordu and just bows them and sends them home, and then dead weight for the whole turn because there's nothing. And I run a lot of dash militaries. Like I run 3 Liars, I run 3 Alibi Artists as well, and that's who you mull for early on, right?
Yeah.
So, it breaks my heart every time, that dirty province. What do you do?
Alright. Shall we check in with the World Cup?
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, 19 countries, 1 cup?
Jesus. That's right.
Go for it.
Have we just been demonetized?
Were we monetized? No one told me.
Yeah. Wait, do I get?
What the hell? Where's the cut?
Oh dear. Well, let's start with our favourites, Australia. So, Australia versus Wales has played well over half its games. Well, won more than half its games. And has only won 1 game so far. Monkeys and Pirates versus I'm a Bunny. Did you guys watch that game?
No, I haven't had a chance to watch anything.
What was that in the background?
No idea.
Somebody watched that game clearly and thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, sorry about that. I tried to mute that mic. It did not work. Next time I'll just pull the cord. Which game, sorry?
I'm a Bunny versus Monkeys and Pirates. Dragon versus Crane.
Oh, I did watch that. Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think?
That Togashi Yukuni is sometimes an insane card.
It's bonkers, right?
Especially when he's got Sashimono on him. That deck's a bit ridiculous, but when stuff like that works, when Sashimono works, you can't really complain about it.
Yeah. What do you tell? What's the highlights for Butters for that game?
Oh.
I think Sashimono on Yukuni sounds like a winner.
Yeah, but it was like an honored Yukuni with like tons of attachments, including a Sashimono that just kind of walked around for a while and was.
It had Way the Dragon on him, and there was a Raitsuga on the table, so you had 3 Raitsuga jewels on an honored Yukuni with a Sashimono and a bunch of other attachments.
That's a bad time.
I think he was on 13 military at various points.
Yeah, that's a bit savage. What do you?
There's a picture actually I want to link to you guys.
Well, what do you?
You might have seen it. I linked
all
it
right,
in the
so
Discord chat.
Hypothetically though, what do you do when you're facing down that? Like, you need that's like a poster child of nice picture. That's a perfect like example of why you have to run attachment hate, right? Like you have to have some, so it's just a glimmer of hope that you can dig that thing up.
Yes, or you have to have things that bow past conflict resolution. Like not you have to have things that bow instead of relying on conflict resolution.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've seen plenty of people play Yukuni and suffer. One, because his glory is so high, if he gets dishonored, but also against the waves, just taking him out of commission is pretty rough.
That's true, yeah. Actually, that happened a lot in the early days, I think. Yukuni would just get dishonored because there was so much more sort of dishonor than there was honor, and he was, just a chump.
Yeah.
Good ability, but just a chump.
Yeah. I mean, particularly against Scorpion, though, I find if you run Aramoro or Shoju, it makes him really high risk because it's a big investment, and you can put the death markers on him and then dishonor him, and he's basically gone unless they can buff him real quick. But
I'll put that image into the show notes.
It's quite. Yeah. Where did that come from? Who pulled that together?
Somebody was just watching the stream, and then like 30 minutes after the game, just posted it into the global Discord. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, one of the Wales guys did, right?
I think so. Yeah, it must have been, right? For those that don't know, it's a picture of Yukuni in like an Australian hat with the corks on it to keep away the flies and stuff.
Yeah, the cork.
We're going to call it Yukuni Down Under.
I like
Yukuni visits Outback Australia.
He would.
Yukuni,
I think.
Crocodile Hunter. Too far? All right.
I don't know. Too soon. Too soon, I think.
Too soon.
So that was our one win, was it? Dragon.
So far, yeah.
What's all these dragon wins? Aren't they meant to be garbage tier at the moment?
I don't know what's going on. One of the funniest things I think about that game was the commentary. I think who was commentating? Was it Tenerum? Was he commentating that one, or was it Mittens?
I'm not sure who's commentating that one.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. People should watch it. There's a playlist up. That's what we can link as well. There's a playlist that's been put up about the with all the VODs and stuff, which I, after this cast, I'm going straight to watch some more videos.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I might do the same. Sounds like a winner. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just do a bit of a recap. So the first round is done on the 16th of this month. So there's still heaps of games that are not played. So in the lead at the moment, I think, is Wales with 3, tied with Brazil, also at 3 wins. Who would be next? England's on 2 wins. So is Hungary. Austria's basically on 7 wins because they played against a bye.
Oh, they got the bye.
So actually, I take it all back. Austria's in the lead. Looks like Switzerland and Spain haven't played any games. Philippines is also on 2 wins, and everybody else is on 1 game played. So USA is it's heaps to go. USA's on 1. I feel like I haven't mentioned 19 countries. Canada's on 1. I guess I've mentioned probably half. Everybody else hasn't played or is on 0.
So how many total countries are entered?
19.
Yeah.
That's really good. Like, you only really hear from, like, the UK and then Greece, America, and, well, we obviously hear from Australia, but I know there are players in other places. Like, apparently someone's in Hong Kong and plays, and you just... Like, you forget how many places actually pick this game up and play it, because I always get the impression the community is actually really small. But it's obviously pretty wide-reaching. Yeah. Like, all these countries have got at least 7 players, right?
Well, so some countries, I think, 1 player is playing more than one faction, I think was allowed in the rules. So some of them might not quite have 7 players, but they're all pretty close as far as I can see. I'm just looking around at the roster, and I don't see any names twice.
Yeah, I think they had to have 7 different players this time. I think, but you have the 8th who's the sub who can fill in.
But you were able to like combine 2 countries, weren't you, to get like?
Hungary and Singapore did.
Yeah.
But I think they're the only ones
because they're notoriously tight neighbours historically.
Yeah, that was a random one.
Yeah, I don't know. Hungary and Singapore, yeah, you're right, they're combined. But there's one called First Nation, which actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in it on 7 clans. So Rudy, who I've seen play. Oh, hang on. Was he the Discord winner last season? Where have I seen Rudy before?
I don't know, man.
Wait, for
Doesn't ring a
First
bell.
Nation, Rudy.
So
No, I don't think that's...
no. When they say First Nation, which country are they talking about? Is that
I actually don't know.
I think...
is it US?
Yeah, I don't know, I'd just be guessing.
Because
No, it's not the US.
I thought it was Canada, but I might be guessing. Like...
Canada's got their own thing going.
if you know,
Yeah.
please tell us. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I want to know
Hmm.
where First Nation represents. Unless
I
is it like
discovered-
maybe Atlantis, like the first actual nation? Now they're also playing Five Rings. I don't know. Maybe it's like the first nation of the planet.
It's like Mesopotamia,
Yeah,
like an ancient Sumerian culture.
ancient Sumerians.
Just the Five Rings.
That's where they went. They actually went into the future. That's where they all disappeared to, so they could play rings. I'd go to the future for
There
Five
should
Rings.
be a country called like Last Nation, right? Like when China has taken over the entire world, it'll be the
Yeah.
Last Nation. And then what will we do for a World Cup? Nothing.
Well, I guess you could do something. You could pick people from previous nation states and
Yeah.
figure
From
something out.
the Occupied State tournament.
Yeah, that's right.
With the Hunger Games.
Each district rocks up and
Yeah,
plays
if
Five
you
Rings.
lose, you die, yeah.
You play for actual
Can you
swords
imagine
and
that?
attack your opponent.
Can you imagine the stakes? They would be so high, you know?
How mad would you be though if your opponent plays something like a, I don't know, like a Watch Commander, or
Yeah.
I suppose
Yeah.
that the hate on Tadaka would increase substantially if it's literally life or death.
Riots about Tadaka, yeah.
Although, how would you judge your restricted list in that environment? Because no one gets to complain about something that beats them. Right? You lose to Tadaka, you're dead. That's it. Everyone goes, I don't know. He just
No
couldn't,
one complains.
he just couldn't counter my bonsai. I don't know what happened. That's quite ridiculous, and it amuses me. I like it.
How did that happen? I have no idea.
Yeah, that was a bit random. I like it.
So, yeah. So, World Cup. So, I think in the show notes, I'll put a link to the VODs. If people don't know where they can sort of find out about the current state of the World Cup, there's a link in the global Discord to like this spreadsheet with all the league standings and stuff. Definitely go there and check it out. And if you're looking for inspiration for like a current meta deck, all of the decks are publicly available, so you can just go
nice.
check out some decks from players that you might have seen or heard of.
Yeah, I'd be curious
So
to
do I.
see how real Scorpion players actually play instead of
Yeah.
easy mode zero cost everything decks like I do, because it's the only thing I can fucking wield.
Our Phoenix player is playing against kind of a version of your deck this round. I don't know if it's cheap and nasty, but it's definitely like a Conquest KB sort of deck.
Yeah, I mean, KB does really well with the Conquest. I think mostly because you can load up one guy with plenty of attachments and get lots of value out of him with the straightening. Like, you can just sort of double up on all that gear.
Okay, so hang on a second. I've just said that, and I've gone and opened the deck list,
Yeah.
and I feel like I need to eat my words.
I'm
'cause
looking
I have
at
no
it.
idea what this deck is doing.
No.
Here's some great cards. Tattered Missive. He's playing Tattered Missive in the deck.
Okay.
I think it's actually a Dishonor deck. He's playing Truth Seeker. His restricted card is Forged. He's running Righteous Magistrates. While this character is defending, players cannot gain or lose honor.
Yeah.
Seems like the opposite of what you want.
Yeah, what?
But anyway.
I know, because your opponent can't attack you for airing, and like they don't gain the honor for
But
it.
I
if you're
thought the
defending.
point of Righteous Magistrate was to go with, like, duels and stuff so you can just bid 5 on any duel you're above in. I thought that was what she was used for.
Calm down, Jesus
That's
Christ.
insane!
Like, I've seen it, Crab were talking about it, using it with True Strike and Jutsu, because it means if your character is any military base above their character, it bows no matter what. If you have a
Yeah.
Righteous Magistrate defending. Like,
'Cause
if you put it on Righteous Magistrate, you can bow any, 2-cost military character.
Yeah, so it means everyone auto bids 5, right, in duels and conflicts, because they
Because he can't lose honor.
yeah, because no one can gain
Yeah.
or lose. So
Why didn't I hear that on the Jade Throne podcast?
I don't know. I thought
don't think it's
This is
I
clearly
don't think
where
it's a
all
big
the
thing.
tactics are. You don't think so? That seems really good. That seems really good.
It's just
I
protect.
mean, it's on defense, right? But still,
Yeah.
Well,
I think like also defensively policy debating can work as well, but it's like I think I've seen one of them.
Yeah, it goes in any deck where you need to control honor. Whether it doesn't matter which direction, if it's honor, dishonor, whatever, you need to make sure that your opponent can't use it.
Yeah.
Basically, if
But
you're trying to, yeah, I like it.
The Scorpion list really doesn't seem like it can decide whether it's trying to
yeah,
dishonor.
I agree. It seems
Right.
unfocused.
Is it maybe an attempt at a switch?
Maybe
Like,
because it's KB and it has like your Takeo and like Zokogen
Yeah.
and stuff.
because I mean, you
And
think
then-
about
Only three-way the Scorpion.
yeah, well, most decks would, but I mean, the
Two
only time
Peasants advice.
that card is the best.
Yeah, I can totally see Peasant's Advice in KB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. But no, I don't know. Look, I think a switch deck has probably got legs. I mean, if you're playing against, especially in the mirror as KB, if you've got like
There's no buffs. There's no buffs. How can it be a Switch deck with no buffs?
Well,
Wait,
you
there's no duty.
Oh my god.
is he maybe okay? Is it maybe a bid one deck? Is that what it's doing? If you own this deck, if you're responsible
what?
for this thing,
You know what?
tell us what's going on.
Yeah,
That's right.
we'd love
I'm
to
gonna wait
hear.
for this game. I mean, let's watch it in action. It has yet to play, right?
No, it hasn't
So-
played. I don't think our Phoenix player has shown up since the tournament started.
Yeah.
Tell us what is going on.
He had submitted a deck list. I don't know if anybody's seen the Phoenix deck list, but it's called
Our
it's
Phoenix
called
deck?
Better Meta. Yeah, our Phoenix players.
It's just the
Phoenix deck.
stock standard one, right? As I
With
looked
a-
before.
I thought it had a few twists.
It has 3 Path of Man,
That's
Oh, man.
not
No, that's
uncommon
not
these
it.
days.
but then it's like
No,
it's the
actually,
one that tries to get the
it's
favor with
totally
3
fucking
Sencha, Hantai, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty standard. Never mind. I thought it had one or two cards that were a bit different. It's got a few things that are a little bit different. Like it's running K-Day, who's
Yeah.
good, but there's no like auto honor things like Benton's Touch. You know, whatevs.
Yeah, you don't need it though. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to dishonor her for a lot of different decks, because she's immune to firing, right? Like she is with all the other rings. And
But it's-
claiming 2 ring effects at once is just so good.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
a savage
100%.
ability.
Especially with the second one being the Void Ring, like it's
Yeah.
rare that's not bad.
If she attacks,
Man, you charge her in when Eugene is on the table. It's lights out for a lot of things.
the old daddy-daughter combo, it's no good. It's bad news.
Wait, is that?
Yeah,
It is?
Yeah, she's Eugene's
Wow.
kid. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
and
okay.
she's also
There you go.
married to Toturi, so it's all very twisty.
Yes. Do you reckon we'll get like a line print of that card of K-Day? Like a Kodo K-Day?
Yeah, I can see that happening.
That'd be
Absolutely, I would. That would be good. Because I think she's a really
Yeah.
good example. I think she gets undervalued, actually, to be honest. I don't see her enough, and she's really good. Like, Phoenix has got lots of honor tech, and, that turns her into a monster. What's she, like a 6-7? Once you flick her up, she's got a lot of...
cool. Yeah, she's been pretty big.
There's that Phoenix card coming out, the honors
Curative
for the
Spirit.
conflict. Yeah, that seems
Targets
like
Bushi.
right. It's more.
Yeah.
It's for Sukune, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm on the bandwagon when that first pack comes out. Like day one, I'm playing Bushi deck, 100%.
Yeah, I'm really excited just for that to be options. I think it's time for the game to split up a bit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see more Courtier deck, Bushi deck. At the moment, there's just not enough, except for Shigenja, pretty well only in Phoenix.
No, I think everybody's got enough Shigenja to run a few, because Cloud's pretty prolific these days.
But that's what I mean. Like, you only run a few.
Yeah,
No
he
one
means-
runs a deck themed around that keyword pretty well exclusively.
Oh, right.
Like,
It's always some Shigenja, some Courtier, some Bushi.
yeah, there's not enough to really dedicate yourself
It
to.
kind of makes me want to run Taryu GI out of Phoenix.
I still think that's a good card. I think you just need a bit of cycle tech, like your Oracle Stone or something, so that if there's not enough Shug around, Shugs around.
Okay, get this.
You just-
Get this.
Okay, here we go.
Righteous Magistrate.
We're doing it
on
again.
the defense. Taru GI. Or just bid 5. It's a glory jewel. Bid 5.
And then you air ring just because you're a Muppet,
Yeah.
and then it doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay. We just fell off the train then.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we talk about the first pack? We've got some spoilers for the first pack. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to sue us if we start talking about spoilers for the first pack.
They are welcome to all of the
these are-
money and debt that Hidden City Rollers have. So I'm pretty sure they would owe us cash if they saw it.
Yeah,
If they
that's
saw
right.
it.
We are not only are we demonetized, all our sponsorship is gone. Yeah, Display, they don't want anything to do with us anymore.
We actively pay money to make it go.
Okay, so should we just do it?
Yeah,
Just
get
have a look at some cards.
stuck in.
Alright, well let's talk about the Bushi deck cards, or the cards that sort of synergize with that deck. So there's the Shiba Sophist. I don't know if it goes in the deck, it's kind of a tutor. You can search the top 5 cards for a trait that matches the ring that you've got. So that's kind of good, but I don't know. Hentai Satori is... I think that's one's been previewed officially, so maybe
It
we don't
has, yeah.
mention that too much.
But that's going to get a lot of use.
Purity of Spirit is the one that honors a Bushi character, but then at the end of the conflict, the status token goes away. 0 cost event. Very good, 0 cost. The Perfect Cut goes into that deck, which is... I really like this card design. This card design is cool. So in a military conflict, you get +2 on a Bushi character until the end of the conflict, and then if it wins, you get to honor it. So it's like you get this little boost, and then you get a kicker on the end.
Yeah, I like that. I like the one turn, like katana effect, basically, but it's not an attachment. And then you get honored at the end. It's just like an alternative, because it's kind of like having an attachment, I guess. You get that
kind of
effect.
like, if you have a 2 glory character, it's kind of a katana the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even better on a higher glory person. But no, it's super good.
So I think those are all the ones that kind of synergize with that deck. You guys have anything to say about any of those?
No, other than that, I think they're just super fantastic cards, both of them. Like
I kind of like Satori. You remember Glenn used to go on about this Imperial deck?
Yeah.
I reckon this Phoenix Bushi deck, you could probably put just a few cards in, like storehouses, and turn that into a bit of an Imperial deck. Because Hentai Satori is like a 4/4/3 with 3 glory, and he gives +3 in a military conflict, +3 glory. So that with Purity of Spirit,
it's +6. It's
gigantic. Plus the box, right? You've got +2 on the box.
Oh, jeez, yep.
Yeah, it gets massive. I mean, there's heaps of like Satori. I mean, there's also Daisetsu coming out, I think, in 1 or 2 packs after. But
he's got Pride.
Yeah, Satori is super good though. Like, you don't even need it. Like, add a Scorpion again, where you're running Aramura and Shouju, and you're dishonoring people and making them small to get them into the kill range. It's amazing there. Just like in Crane, where you're constantly honoring everybody, getting an extra 3 glory is spectacular. Like, anyone could use it. Like, characters are honored and dishonored every single game, right? Like, all the time. There's never none of it
and
around.
That artwork is pretty good too.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be the duel that he did. I heard someone...
He did a duel?
Yeah, there was a duel during his Genpuku or something. It was one of the stories. I haven't read it yet.
It was against the Scorpion?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, no, yeah, he was meant to duel his brother, maybe? And then Dairu stepped in for him. That might have been it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a while back.
I'm glad our listeners tune in for all the lore, the little tidbits of lore that they learn
that's
from us.
That's the most important bit about this podcast. It's a lore podcast, after all.
The lorecast.
Alright, Jack, you play Lion, right?
Yes.
Most of the time?
Oh, not most of the, some of the time.
Some of the time. Okay, well, what are your Lion picks out of the first pack? Like, what's going on?
Oh, we've already said about a perfect card. A perfect card is insane. Like,
I love that.
Just with all of those like higher cost line characters, like Suko, it turns her into like a 5 political. Like, after the conflict, she's suddenly like a 5 political force character, which is like something Lion obviously does not have. Like Tuturi, any of their top end or as well as all those batch of like 2-cost 2/1s that all have 2 glory for some reason. Like any of those cards can just use this card so well.
Yeah.
I like the flavor text on this card. The quality of a warrior's skill can be measured in a single stroke. The book Sun Tao. Sun Tao, by the way, I think is like the alpha version of oh god. Who's the
Sun
book
Tzu?
of 5 rings guy?
Oh, no.
Oh, Sun Tzu. Art of War.
That's the
Sun
real
Tzu,
one,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, Sun Tzu, yeah.
So what do you... I don't know. I really like, though... That's, I think, the part of the 5 Rings All that I really enjoy is that it's so savage and brutal and bloodthirsty and just...
Kind of cutting out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Say that again?
a lot.
I was going to say, it's a pretty evil setting, right? Like, everything's bloodthirsty and horrible. But
Yeah.
it's at the same time, it's also beautiful and neat. But it's so bad for people. Everything's... It's like, excuse me, I really hate to do this, but I'm going to have to pull your face off. And they just hang it up on like a... You just, you know, like, really horrible things happen just routinely all the time. But everyone's like, it's fine, because, you know, once upon a time some magical people fell out of the sky.
Yeah, we're still honourable, it's fine.
Yeah, this artificial thing means you just got to cop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool setting.
But lion cards, like disguise keyword's obviously extremely like strong, right? Is that
Oh,
So-
Zentaru.
Zentaro? Like his ability, even if you don't use his ability, just having like the problem is a dynasty character. If it was a conflict character, that card would be insane. But as a
No,
dynasty,
man. Like, I think this card is insane.
you still
straight
in
up.
anyway.
Holding stealing is a brand new mechanic that no one else has, right? So,
Yeah,
like that.
Well, that's right.
That's gotta
But
be
there's
good.
always holdings that are amazing, right? That you just want to get rid of. You want to get rid. You don't even have to break Hidden Moon Dojo or Kanjo District. You just throw this guy into attack.
it's only non-unique.
No, it says otherwise discard it, right?
I thought it could only.
Oh no, it can't. It can't.
Right, it can only target a non-unique one, right?
Still.
So it's
you
more
know,
like
it's
like Iron Mine, Library,
Yeah.
like
Forgotten Library,
those kind of cards. Like obviously it's really it can be very very good, but it could also like completely whiff if the other person's only playing like favorable grounds and stuff. They're just gonna pop them before you.
Well,
steal it.
you don't even have to. You don't have to buy this guy. He can sit in your province and still threaten.
yeah. He's got to do the action,
but that's
though,
the
right?
disguise. That's the disguise keyword because if you have like a Lions Pro Brawler bowed with no fate, you just go, okay, I'm just going to replace it with this guy and he's standing up. It's like, it's just little things like that that mean like for free, he's 2 glory, he could get you the favor. Like, just he's like disguise seem like it's going to be so insanely strong.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. It's also a straighten, right? It's
Yeah.
like a stat boost and a straighten. It's really good. And it's any time, right? It doesn't have to be during a conflict.
I believe disguised is any time.
Yeah, off the top of my
I
head.
think it's any time. Yeah. Because I remember thinking about Tadaka, right? You can attack with, maybe you do 2 attacks with your chump Prodigy the Waves or something like that, and then for 1 fate throw down a Tadaka. Can you put fate on it? I don't know if you can.
Nah,
But you
it
throw down
takes
a
the
Tadaka
fate
for some
off what's
other
already in play.
great
Yeah, it takes the attachments, the fate, the like honor, dishonor tokens from what the character was on the field. It just
Yeah.
enters unbound. Is the only difference.
Yeah. Cool. I
Right.
don't think there was anything else particularly noteworthy Lion side.
Blade of 10,000 Battles is another card for that lion recursion weapon thing that might one day be a thing, but
I
don't think it's good
yeah.
enough to slot in just yet.
I think
Actually,
it could be there now,
you
but
can-
Lion don't have the backup for it. I think
Yeah.
is the thing.
Well, you remember why you couldn't play? You couldn't play. What's the restricted card that puts a fate on all the Bushi?
It's a lot of them.
For Greater Glory?
So you remember why you couldn't play that, right? Because it would get policy debated into the bin and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I feel like the timing of this actually. So it's not just I'm going to get a card out of my discard pile. It could be I'm going to play a card from my discard pile because it shares a reaction window around this area, the resolution of conflict.
Yeah.
So after the attached character wins a conflict, you're more honourable. Go and get your for greater glory out of the discard pile, and then when you break the province, you play the greater glory to add or fate to all your guys.
Yeah, that could be repetitive for Greater Glories. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
got a bit of depth.
Yeah, I can see that happening. What about Command Respect? Do you have any? I think that's like a one-turn watch commander, but gaining honor instead of your opponent losing, right? That's not bad.
It steals.
It steals honor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
your
that's
opponent
steal.
gives you an honor,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
only for
fair.
it's only for events. So it's like it's good, but it's once again like in current what Lion currently has, it's not gonna see play.
I think the fact that it's free
I
means you
disagree.
might. I think I'd
it's
run
gonna
it.
see play.
I'd run at least two.
Yeah.
I think the fact that
Yeah?
it's free means it's not an investment, and all you have to do is bid for, right? And you've got all these other cards that synergize with that in line. I think it's.
Well, it's if you have fewer cards in your hand than your opponent. So that's a little bit more restrictive than having a lower bid. Having a lower bid.
That's Line's theme, though, right?
Or just having more honor. Having more honor is easy to do than having less cards in your hand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it'll see play. At least probably a one-off. You know.
Yeah.
I would probably put one of in.
Yeah, and that big critical one. Because it kind of gets you out of the hole as well if you're having trouble with honor.
So, Butters, what of the... You're getting Toshi Rambo now. What are you going to do with it?
I am going to run Toshi Rambo with Walking the Way and lots of tiny bodies. And I'm going to sit there and cycle 3 or 4 guys in one turn off top of Toshi Rancho, and they're all going to come out with free fate.
Alright.
Or I'm going to run Rebuild, and I'm going to dig for Hidden Moon Dojo, then rebuild it next to Toshi Rambo.
Next to.
Yeah. So that I can flick people out from there as well more than once a turn. So something like that will happen. Like, if you run lots of little bodies, it's fine. I mean, bare minimum, more...
Well, hang on. Oh, yeah.
Toshi Rambo is an extra fate a turn, right?
Yep.
That's any
More-
character
more
that
or
enters
less.
from that province, right? Gets
Yeah.
a fey on it.
Yeah. So I think... What is it? Yeah. So that's fine. Like, it's good. It's just... I think it will definitely see play, if for no other reason that it has an effect that will probably be decent, and sometimes you just can't find a province to fill that last slot in your deck, depending on what you're using. Like, sometimes fire just has nothing you need, right? And sometimes water just has nothing you're after. So
Yeah.
you're tossing Toshi Rambo. I mean, I think, it's the open or the wild card element is really good. I think it's really handy for deck building, and I can see it working. I think you could definitely do stuff
It's
with
Imperial. You're gonna do an Imperial deck with Toshi Rambo?
it. It's Imperial.
+1.
You can.
Oh, it counts as an Imperial.
It is
From,
Imperial.
from turn 1. Yeah.
Yep, straight away. So yeah, it's how many Imperial strongholds is that? That's 3. So you've got that one. You've got Before the Throne and Imperial. What's the new one? The 5 strength one.
That's a new one.
5 strength Imperial. Is it in this pack?
Yeah, it might be. It's the one where you dig through your dynasty and pick out a person and chuck them in
Oh,
the flips.
Mia Library?
The Mia Library? Yeah, is that what you're talking about?
No. Emperor's Summons. Oh, it's not Imperial. My bad. Seeker roll only.
Mia Library's Imperial, but that's a holding.
Yeah. No, Emperor's Summons is the Seeker Air province where reaction.
Mia Library sounds really good because you can go and get... Oh no, Hidden Moon Dojo's not Imperial. What am I thinking?
Yeah. Nah, it's fine. But no, look, I think absolutely Toshi Rambo will get used. It'll get plenty of use early on. Obviously, people love new stuff, and it's interesting and new. And the Imperial thing will work because Scorpion got a few Imperial cards. They got Kachiko. She's got the old Imperial trait. They got a couple of Magistrates. It could be a thing.
Could be a thing.
Like I said,
Do any of the other Scorpion cards really grab you out of this pack?
this pack, I like anything new and interesting. I think like new and fun and things I like is very different to strong and competitive, right? So what's false loyalties? I think after opposing conflict, if he or she controls more honorable than you.
I thought you liked this one.
I'm trying to remember it.
Choose a participating character your opponent controls, that character, and a character in that opponent's home. Switch those characters' locations.
Oh yeah, yes, no, that is super good.
Yeah,
that is
because you're like, oh, you're defending with tiny guy. Now you're defending with huge guy.
yeah. So that's after an opponent, that'll go into your display of power dishonor decks at the moment, where you're already losing the conflict, right? Your opponent's like, oh, I'll just do this guy, and you go, nah, mate. And you just switch him around with your display of power, steal the ring, throw down false loyalties.
Display of power is unopposed.
Yeah, but this doesn't have. You can still play this even if you're unopposed, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's
my
like,
bad.
It's like Scorpion's own saucy.
I was just making them waste
the
an even bigger character on like getting display of power. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is
The artwork, of course. Hating on the line a bit.
yeah, false loyalties. I think that's Miyako's thing, right? Isn't it? Doesn't she bounce around just pretending to be everybody? Yeah. No, I really actually my winner out of this pack though is the Shameless Gossip, which is the non-restricted version of the rumor monger. I'm all about here.
During a conflict, which characters participating choose 2 characters controlled by the same player. Move the status token from one to the other.
Yeah. So
cool.
You just move status around on someone's board. So it's an action for Rumor Monger, which in some ways is better. Like you can hit it after the fact. With Rumor Monger back in the past when we were allowed to play it before it was banned. Once you missed your window, that was it, right? It was gone. But I would quite like to play a Scorpion deck where I do include Rumor Monger and Shameless Gossip and Dairu and stuff like that. Like all of this just...
And people are like, oh, I'm just going to honor this guy. You'd be like, nah, not that guy.
Well,
this guy.
I think you'd really break a Crane player's heart if you ran all that stuff. Like you just shuffle stuff around everywhere, dishonor everybody in between, and Scorpion have also in a pack coming up. They've got that card that like dishonors everyone in the conflict.
Dishonors every non-courtier?
Yeah, that sounds correct. But yeah, stuff like that. I think there's stuff there. There's something going to happen. I like shenanigans like that where you can just bounce stuff around everywhere. And yeah, I guess. Actually, no, I like my control. Because honor. I think Scorpion with a fire roll would be dangerous because you would run that Imperial Librarian where everyone gets extra glory. And then as Scorpion, you don't have a lot of glory anyway, not a big deal. And you can just start dishonoring everybody and they're just getting way more hurt. I think that'll have legs.
Well, having high glory doesn't really matter if you're neither honoured nor dishonoured. So if your opponent's all dishonoured and you're neutral...
That's it.
Everything's fine, right?
Yeah, Scorpion do okay. There's plenty of removal of that kind of stuff. Or if even you shuffle a dishonor token off to your Sinister Soshi, right? Like she's dash doesn't matter over there.
All right. So we have just ticked over the 1 hour mark, but I feel like we really need to talk about this combo.
Okay. Yeah.
Because people need to know. Not the least of which is me, because I still can't quite grasp how you're going to get the positive honor thing. So, for the listeners who have been with us this far, there is allegedly an infinite combo out of the Crab Clan, whereby you can dishonor your opponent once you've assembled all of the pieces.
Yep. It's
so it's Crab.
There's several layers to the combo. It's with the new province, the gateway to Mado. Not a gateway tomato. Gateway to Mado. Right? Being the realm. Anyway, it's a void province, so the void province, when there's a conflict there, you can play people out of your discard, right? Just buy them. So out of Crab, you're running that, there's a conflict there. You have what's the little fella's name? Help me out, Crab players.
Vanguard Warrior.
Yeah, so Vanguard Warrior, 2-1 for 2, blows himself up, put a fate on somebody. Right? So you also in play have Yasuki Taka. Whenever a crab dies, you get a fate. Unlimited. Also, you have a broker. So long as your crab person and the broker, I think, are in conflict, they all get sincerity and courtesy. So you draw a card, and you get a fate. So at this point, you're gaining 2 fate when he dies, putting a fate on somebody, and drawing a card. So because you gain 2 fate and he's in the discard, you buy him again. Right? Because of Gateway to Meta, you can purchase him again, drop him in, blow him up, repeat. So you're drawing infinite cards, putting infinite fate onto your people in play. Right? Now, because you're drawing infinite cards, you're eventually going to draw your Jade Tetsubo. Stay with me. Right?
Yeah.
Which you also attach.
I don't recall that being part of the combo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is the further part of the combo. The Jade Tetsubo
So this is
helps.
so.
Can we do the basics? Can we do the basics
No,
for me?
so basics we've just done, right? So Gateway Tomato, the guy cycles around and around and around,
Yeah, okay.
right? And so because you're getting infinite cards, okay, we can skip Jade Tetsubo, I suppose. No, we can't actually.
Well, because
you need the fate.
if
Yeah,
you're
you
going
need
to
the
go
fate.
if you're going to go for infinite fate isn't a win condition. It's not even a strategy as far as I
No,
can tell.
no, but the infinite fate is a part of it, right? You need fate. All right, so you load fate up on your people, right? As much as you like. So just grab all your tokens and dump them on there. Okay.
All on one person. Yep.
Yeah. So and
Did you know there's a rule? There's a rule in the game that says if you run out of tokens, you go and use something else. Like you find something else as a proxy for tokens.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like being in a game at like Gen Con of L5R and you go over to a table and they've got like honor tokens piled up, paper clips,
Yeah.
you know, bits
Bottle
of
caps.
sticky tape
Yeah.
and chewing
Oh.
gum.
Just
You're like,
everything.
Magic the Gathering cards are in there. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy's got like 3,400 fate on him.
Absolutely. So, because you're drawing infinite cards and you've got plenty of fate, you draw your Jade Tetsubo. You then attach it with the fate you've acquired, and you smack all the fate off your broker or whoever that you've accumulated so far from your little guy. So now that all comes into your pile, right? You've got infinite fate, actual spendable fate. Also, though, Levy is a card that Crab have. So you've also drawing infinite cards. You've drawn Levy, say 3 of them. Right?
Yep.
And so you play 3 levies. And your opponent goes, okay,
Oh, I get
they
it,
have
I
to
get
give
it.
me
Sorry,
fate or
yep.
they give me honor. So you get
Yep.
fate out of it too, I guess, if your opponent has some. They
Yeah,
give you the
'cause
3
need more
honor.
fate.
Yeah. Anyway, so they've done that. And then you keep cycling your cards until you come across, well, nothing really. You keep going until you run out of cards. Then you shuffle it all back together, lose 5 honor, and keep going until you find 3 levies. And then you play them, and your opponent has to give you honor. Now, also in your deck is a prayers to Abizu. So when you get to the point where you can't afford that 5 honor anymore, you drop prayers with all the fate you've gained. And you draw a card, gain 4 honor, and you refill. And then you just keep going, right? And that cycles
I get
pretty
it.
well forever. So,
I think where I was going wrong was I was thinking the levy played like backhanded compliments, and I didn't realize that you actually got the fate as well. So, sorry, got the honor as well. So now you're like, okay, so I drop. Let's say I'm at 1. I play prayers to Abiso, I go to 5, and then I levy. I'm at 8, and then I draw my opponent down, and then I can play prayers and levy again. So I can kind of get positive 7 every turn,
Yeah.
and my opponent's getting negative 3 every turn.
well,
something
it's
like that.
not every turn, it's every cycle of your conflict.
Yeah,
every-
it's all on the
every-
same turn. You've won the game.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
but
Every turn of the wheel.
yeah, so you don't actually have to spend them all either. You can just hang on to your 3 levies and just keep cycling your prayers to Abisu, or run 2 of them, right? Because you have unlimited fate. It doesn't matter if you want to be safe.
Yeah.
So you know what does throw a spanner in the works though? Stolen Secrets. Scorpion card. You look at the
Or gossip.
no Stolen Secrets, right? You take the top 4 cards off your opponent's deck and put one face down, and they don't know what you've stolen. If you nab their prayers to Abisu, they just killed themselves because they don't know what you've got.
Hey, does trading on the Sand Road kind of help this deck a bit? Assemble its pieces?
Maybe.
Probably not, because your opponent could play your pieces.
Just
instead
steal
of
them
you.
from you.
That's probably not great.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You could play Warm Welcome if you wanted to just play more levies.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point.
Yeah. But anyway, look, it's a thing.
Okay,
It exists.
Infinite combo.
You can do
It's
it.
a thing.
It's the first one.
There you go.
I don't know. I mean,
And it doesn't involve Oracle of Stone.
yeah, disappointing.
yeah.
Disappointing. But look, I think I'm not even sure it'd get fixed, to be honest. Like, there are so many moving parts.
Yeah, to get Broker in the conflict with Tucker on the field.
You need the broker in the conflict with Taka on the
I don't
table,
know, man.
with a Vanguard Warrior, and you need to
Look,
have
if-
everything else in
if
place,
anyone-
nothing cancelled.
If anyone is going to survive to the point where they can trigger this combo, it's Cab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
just
but, like,
play for it.
But you also have to run Taka, right? Who is
I've
not
run Tucker
great.
before.
He's not that bad. He's just misunderstood.
No,
The Broker Tucker deck wasn't that bad until they restricted Reprieve. Like, it relies on Charge and Reprieve. If you don't have both of them, it struggles.
Reprieve's not restricted.
Yeah.
No, not Reprieve. Rebuild, sorry. That's what
Oh,
I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah. No, Rebuild.
Rebuild's the card I'm looking for.
I'm still bitter about Rebuild. I like that in all kinds of decks.
Well, that's why they restricted it. It's too strong.
I don't think it was strong. I think it was just one of those things you could build really interesting decks with.
I think that is currently too strong.
I think it limited design of holdings. Like, you can't print, like, one of holdings that are super strong when Rebuild exists, because they just keep reappearing.
How about we just don't build one of holdings? How's that?
Yeah, okay, that should be it.
Let's get rid of those. Are there any... I think Hidden Moon is the only...
Or if they do, you can make them shit, like Chisai District.
Well,
Yeah,
like
what's
the
up
lion
with
and
that?
the lion and the crane ones. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not even sure what they're called, but...
Gutted.
Yeah,
Did Unicorn even get one?
Nah.
Did they just skip them? That was back when they were ignoring
Oh,
Unicorn.
they do. Sorry, they did, but they didn't print limit one per deck on Shiatomi Encampment accidentally. They accidentally left it off.
Same thing with Yurt.
Or
Like, they
make
just
it
forgot.
unique.
Yeah, absolutely. So nah, it's
Yeah.
it's good. There's plenty there. I'm really looking forward to these cards coming out. They're I think it's a nice block of spice. And I'm really enjoying
I've heard a
the.
rumour.
Oh yes, go ahead. I'm a rumor guy.
Well, I was going to say, I've heard a rumour that the 20th of June is potentially the date.
The drop date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been plenty
That'd be
rumoured, but who... Yeah.
Yeah. So 20th of June basically means that I won't get it until the 20th of July, and the UK won't get it until 2025.
Like, how long can it take to post a tiny pack of cards from Perth
I know.
to Hong Kong?
Just like someone put it in the mail. Like, surely, right?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could.
Look,
Mate, I could.
I got my sources. Like, I could get the Chinese ones probably before the 20th, but you know,
Can't you just
based-
walk to where they're printing them and like just pick
probably-
them
it's
up
probably
from the
yeah,
just
factory?
far, isn't it?
Just, snag some off the factory floor.
Yeah.
You know, there was a YouTuber who got his play button, like his silver play button, and then he decided to make a video of him taking it to the factory where it was made because he lives in China. So he's like, I just wanted to show everybody on my channel where my play button came from.
I love it. It's good. No, so yeah, I'm really keen. 20th of June that's not too far. What's that, like
It's
a week
like,
and a half?
It's a week and a half.
That means it might arrive a little early, depending on...
And you hope about next month.
Since
It's
we
the
never-
second pack and the line pack, hopefully.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
would
I've
be really
heard.
good.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm really keen on all that.
So, Butters,
Yes.
I think we've reached that time of the night
We have...
where you don't shout out anyone. Is there anyone that you don't want to shout out this week?
There are actually many people that I am not going to shout out. I'm not going to shout out anyone on purpose because I... Fuck off, Merlin. That's why. No, look. Everyone's good, and yeah, shout out to all the players. It's really good fun, and I am really keen to have some more games and get my butt handed to me again, over and over again, which is always the way.
Yeah, man, you and me both.
I'm in a-
Doing really poorly in the Discord League.
Yeah. I'm 2 for 1. I got a really easy win over a Phoenix player last time. That was good.
Yeah.
I get that
Touche,
reference.
Mr. Bond. So,
Actually, I will shout out. Important news. I might actually get a decent internet connection by next week. I may have
That'd be
the
sick.
NBN instead of my ghetto fucking carrier pigeon internet that I'm running at the moment.
Yeah.
These birds are getting tired.
Far out.
It's bad.
all right, Jack. What about you? Anybody you want to say hi to, or stores, or I don't know, let people know what you're doing if you've got like stuff you want to plug.
Nah, I've honestly nothing to plug. Nah, I got nothing.
Nothing. That's the way. Keep it close to your chest.
That's right. That's the way to do it here. We don't plug anything. We don't shout at anyone.
I'll just say hi to Brenna because I'm sure she'll listen. She's my partner. Like has snuck up behind me multiple times during this, so
Yeah.
she'll probably listen to it. Yeah.
Brenna's a dangerous, unassuming player. She plays how many cancels are in the game now? Because I'm pretty sure she runs all of them.
Oh, I was about. She just started the first event that she came to. Yeah, with Crane splashing Scorpion for 6 cancels.
Yep. No, she had censures as well. I'm pretty sure.
You could have gone 9.
Yeah, could have gone the censor, but that's a bit much.
And I think was that before Guest of Honor was on the restricted list? Because I recall her telling me she didn't run it because she didn't like it. She didn't think Guest was any good.
Yeah, no, she still didn't think Guest is in it. Well, like, she now admits Guest is decent, but, like, is not a fan of playing it.
I don't understand that card. It's just the worst. Oh well. But yeah, it's good. Anyway.
Alright, well, I'm going to shout out the organisers for the World Cup because I think it is an absolutely smashing event. I think it's been... I don't recall being at home on a Sunday and just craving more L5R games, right? And with 19 teams, 7 players per team per round is just a ton of games. We got 2 notifications while we've been doing this cast that games have been going on.
Oh, that's really good.
The first thing I'm going to do is go on and see if they're not finished.
Commentary's been great too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the casters has been really good.
Might see if I can't get some of that together.
If people have ended up listening to this point in the podcast, congratulations to you.
Good on you.
And you should go and follow the Twitch channels.
Respect.
So who are the main ones? Minus Desire and Tenerum, Permittance, Steel Fur. Anybody else?
I don't know, but these names are great.
There
are definitely more, but yeah.
I'm sure there are more. I guess they're kind of the main ones. And we'll link the YouTube playlist so you can just go and have a look at that. And if there's any that I've forgotten, they're probably in the playlist.
I dig it.
Alright guys.
Cheers.
It's time to sign off.
Good times.
Right. See you next week. Same time, same place.
Catch you later.